Hey guys, I'm back by unpopular demand, most likely. No, but actually you guys seem to really like hearing my dumb voice last time, so I'll keep doing this, I guess. Also, sorry if you don't like longer videos. I had a hard time finding quality battles, so I left in more battles to compensate, I guess. Anywho, on to the team preview. As you may have noticed, the Bunny Squad has returned to continue their rampage. Except, we seem to be missing someone. Yes, unfortunately, Talonflame was in a fatal accident and is no longer with us. And that accident was the Gen 7 update. Rest in peace, sweet prince. But, we have a new member to take his place, Dragonite. I've never used a Dragonite in my life, but he's pretty similar to Talonflame, so I figured he'd fit in well. So yeah, it's the same team as last time, except we have a Dragonite now, so yeah. Oops. Alright, there you go. On to the battles. Alright, so, starting off with Azu, as usual, and I just go for play rough right off the bat because I'm a little afraid of Hydreigon, and he reveals the Amoonguss, and it has a rocky helmet, which is annoying. So I'm just gonna switch to Ferrothorn because he's gonna, he's gonna Spore, because that's what this thing does. So I'm gonna set my rocks while I have the opportunity. And he goes into Infernape, which is interesting. So I go for Protect to see what he's gonna do. And he actually sets up an SD, which is a bit spooky. So I switch back to Azumarill because he's either gonna Flare Blitz. Well, I was about to say why would he close combat, but he actually did that. So I don't know. But anyway, I go for Aqua Jet, even though I was pretty sure he was Focus Sash because he didn't reveal a Life Orb. So I was expecting him to, stay in and just kill me with like Thunder Punch. But he actually switches back to Amoonguss again, and Azumarill lives with a tiny sliver of HP. This time I go into Magnezone though, because, well, I figured he wouldn't Spore again. I figured he'd expect the Ferrothorn and probably switch out, actually. Like, switch back into Infernape. Also, I didn't really care much about Magnezone, so if he got put to sleep, I was like, oh, whatever. And honestly, I missed what just happened because I took too long to explain everything. Okay, so I go into Ferrothorn again because I was expecting him to Spore that time. Don't remember what I did. I think I Volt switched into Ferrothorn. And I see that this isn't working out for me because of the Rocky Helmet. So I go into Dragonite because I thought he might Spore because, he can also see that this isn't working out for me. And Dragonite would take Giga Drain anyway. So since he didn't Spore, I try to set up on him a little bit. Because I don't know, it's a Dragonite, I guess it's what you do. And he actually lets it die, which is great. And he reveals the Tyranitar, which is not so great, because I don't have Earthquake. Would it have killed though? I don't know, I'll have to calc it. I'm actually thinking about swapping to Earthquake. Okay, so He goes for Ice Beam, which I expected because he switched in that on Dragonite. And I figure he's probably got like Flamethrower or Fire Blast, but I was also hoping that, I don't know what I was hoping. I think I just went into Diggersby because I was like, well, I'm not gonna die to it, obviously. And I assumed that he would go right into Hydreigon on my Earthquake. So I was like, there's no way he's staying in because he needs that. Or so I assumed he needed the Tyranitar. So, I just went for frustration and he killed me. He stayed in. I don't understand. Please explain. So I'm getting like really behind and it's very confusing. I think oh, okay, I went into Azumarill after Diggersby and I think he switched out that time. And I think I let Azumarill die, and then I went into Magnezone to try and outspeed, which I actually did, which means he's got like a bad speed IV or something. And I I don't know. I'm so behind. I'm so behind. Uh so okay, let's just fast forward. He's got a Crawdaunt, and I just let Ferrothorn die because I wanted to get some Iron Bars damage, and I can't afford to go into anything else. So I switched to Magnezone, and I think I Volt switched actually into Dragonite. Yeah, I Volt switched because I knew I could take an Aqua Jet, and if he stayed in, I'd kill him, and if he didn't, I'd go into Dragonite and do something. I don't know, dude. Okay, so I switched into Tentacruel on the Ice Beam, and I'm just gonna Scald because I have no reason to not Scald. He has Rock Slide, which is that's the thing. So he's gonna let me kill this, which is great because that was annoying for my Dragonite. Alright, so back into Crawdaunt, which is spooky, but I Scald this time because I want to get the burn, but I don't get the burn, and I'm sad, and I die. I think I just go into Magnus. No, wait. Okay, I went to Dragonite. That makes sense though, because like I don't know what he's gonna do to me because I have extreme speed. So we finished that off. And okay, Hydreigon comes back. I actually remember this part of the battle, which is good. So I go to Magnezone to take the Draco Meteor because I could lose at this point. So in order to win, I need to go into Magnezone to get the special attack drop with Draco Meteor. And now I stay in because, well, I want him to kill me, basically. Because then I can bring in Dragonite on the, on the -2 and then take the hit and then kill it and then, all the fun stuff. But yeah, he goes into Infernape and doesn't Mach Punch. I don't know if he, like, just doesn't have Mach Punch, but he, lets my Magnezone live, and I kill him, and he goes back into High Dragon, and I outsped, and I finished the game with Magnezone. Didn't even need Dragonite. Alright, so next up, we got an Arcanine lead, and I go into Ferrothorn because I'm expecting either a Will-O-Wisp or a Wild Charge. And there's Wild Charge. He's Life Orb, so we get another offensive Arcanine. And I'm just gonna go right back into Azumarill on the Flare Blitz, and I'm going to attempt to finish it off with Aqua Jet. He actually reveals the Overheat, which is interesting. It's not something you see every day. But it makes sense though, because you wouldn't get the Life Orb. I mean what? Sorry, I got distracted. Because you wouldn't get the Iron Barb's damage. He extreme speeds and almost kills Azumarill. And I kill him back with the Aqua Jet. And then he reveals the Yanmega, which is interesting, and I just Aqua Jet it because Azumarill is so low in health that I don't really think it'll be useful anymore. I go into Ferrothorn because I want my rocks up, and I assumed that this thing wasn't gonna be that threatening, but he actually ends up doing a shitload of damage. And now I'm a little bit scared. So I protect to get a little bit of leftovers recovery. And then I'm gonna go, I think I go into Tentacruel because, oh no, we go into Magnezone. Oh yeah, I remember what happens. So I got a Magnezone because, I kind of took it a little. Yeah, because it's not very effective, but I expected it would do less. And I tried to Volt Switch out, and he actually goes for Air Slash, and I'm like, are you stupid? But then he flinches me, and I'm like, wow. Just too good. And now I go into Tentacruel because he's got good special defense. And I don't think he dies to Life Orb. Yeah, he's got like 1 HP left. And I just go for knockoff in case, I don't know, because it'll kill it no matter what. And, like maybe, why would he switch out? I don't know, just whatever, it doesn't matter. So, we kill that. It did more damage than I would have liked it to have done. And he reveals the Pikachu, which is amazing. And I just go into Ferrothorn again because, I don't know, it seems like my best option. He goes for knockoff, which I honestly didn't even know that Pikachu got because it's a Pikachu. Why would I know that? I just Leech Seed, and he Brick Breaks me and kills me, which I also didn't expect the Brick Break because it's a Pikachu. I don't know what Pikachu does. I go into Dragonite because it's a Pikachu. I should be able to set up on this. And he actually reveals the Granbull, which is really interesting and tells me that this guy is probably like using kind of like lower tier Pokemon for fun, but he actually has built the team to be able to withstand like common threats. And I actually see the Thunder Wave coming, or well, I figured he would Thunder Wave or just go for Play Rough, and either one of those Magnezone takes. And I just go for Flash Cannon right away because I'm like, I don't know, like it'll kill it, which it did, or if he goes into like a ground type, expecting like a Volt Switch, it'll be fine. But he does let me kill it, which is like, why did you let me kill that? Because that was your answer to Dragonite. And he goes back into Pikachu, and I kill that also because it's a Pikachu. I outspeed it, and it's very weak. He goes into Alexam, which doesn't have Magic Guard, which is disappointing. And this one outspeeds me, but doesn't kill me. And he forfeits because Bunny team too strong. Alright, so next up we got a Galvantula, and I just go straight for Waterfall because it's obvious he's just gonna Sticky Web, which he does, and this thing is gonna get wrecked. Not even a sash. Which is great, because then I can just get rid of the Sticky Web right away. Which, he does go into Tentacruel, and I'm like, okay, well, that's an easy opening for my Tentacruel to come in and spin away the hazards. Which, he should have, a spin blocker. But, and I mean, I'm thinking about if he's got a spin blocker, so I'm thinking about knockoff. But I'm like, it's too early. I don't want to risk anything. This is a good opportunity to spin, so I do that. And he goes into Feraligatr, which is weird, but I mean, it makes sense because it's a Sticky Web team. And I knocked off a fucking Paralyze heal. What? What even? Does he, like, does he think that, like, does he think it works like a cherry berry, like it heals paralysis? Cause that's not how it works. Sorry to say. But I go into Ferrothorn because that's my best answer for this, and I go for Leech Seed because you know that's what this thing does. He goes into Tentacruel, and I forgot that Liquid Ooze actually works now, so this is actually very annoying. I switch into Magnezone because I can Volt Switch, or just threaten it out. So I go for Volt. I actually was thinking, I was like afraid that, you know, like that wouldn't kill. Well, I mean, it would be really unlikely for that to kill. So I was a little hesitant on going into Diggersby, but I do it anyway, and it works out. So I knock off, and I thought it killed, but actually it lives with like a tiny sliver of HP, and I'm like, God damn it, now I have to take more Life Orb damage to finish this off. So I do that, and he goes into Conkeldurr, and I just go right back, well, I go into Azumarill, because I can take whatever he wants to do and threaten it out. Which is exactly what happens. He goes into Tentacruel, as expected. I do, like, way more damage than I have business doing. I don't know, dude. I go into Magnezone because I saw that he had Sludge Wave before, and I figure he's just gonna go for it again. And so I make the same play as last time. Again, hesitant. Because I'm afraid he might live, and he does! I thought I killed because look at that HP. But unfortunately, I did not, and he kills Diggersby on the switch, and I'm very sad. So I go back to Magnezone to properly finish this off. And I actually Volt Switch into Azumarill because it seemed like a good switch. And it was, because he goes into Darmanitan, and I'm just like, Aqua Jet, goodbye. And he just lets it die. Not sure why. I guess he doesn't really have, well, he's for Alligator. He probably should have, I don't have rocks up yet, so I don't know. I don't think Tentacruel was worth saving at that point, really. It looks like I forgot to cut this out, actually. It's fine though. I just go back to Ferrothorn, because this is now my dedicated check to this. I'm just gonna try and leech seed again. Oh wait, no, I set up rocks. Yeah, I set up rocks because I'm like, you know, if the Tentacruel wants to come back in, you know, it's gonna be bad news for him. But he actually stays in and tries to set up on me, so now Tentacruel is definitely dead. Because it'll die to Stealth Rock. Now I set up the Leech Seed. And I'm gonna start stalling this thing. Because that's what we do. But he switches out. And goes into Conkeldurr again. And I believe... No, wait. I stay in this time because I expect him to expect me to go back into Azumarill. So I Leech Seed him. And that's exactly what happens. Well, I mean, I don't know if he was expecting the Azumarill. Maybe he just doesn't have coverage for Azumarill, like Thunder Punch or whatever. Now I go into Azumarill because now I'm like, okay, now he's gonna go for a fighting move because he thinks I'm gonna stay in. And he does. Read him like a fiddle, as a wise man once said. I play rough this time. I don't know if I played rough last time. Oh, I did play rough last time, but he went into Tentacruel and took a lot of damage. But now, well, he goes back into Tentacruel again, and this time it dies because rocks. Too strong. He goes back into Feraligatr, and I believe I just stay in and attack it because I'm like, he's low on health, so that's exactly what happens. So now he should have Conkeldurr left, right? Yes, okay. And I just play rough that also, because obviously. And we win the game, which is great. Alright, next we got a Golem, which, I mean, great. It's great. Love it. A double Aqua Jet because I'm expecting it to be weakness policy, but it's not. He just sets up rocks. Okay, that's fine. So I just Aqua Jet again, finish it off as planned. And she goes into, or I'm assuming it's a she just because the name is Cat. She goes into a Raichu. I don't know if this is like a Kanto themed team or what, or if she's just a noob. I was thinking about it for a while because Raichu actually has a lot of coverage. Cause it gets Focus Blast, surprisingly. So I go into Ferrothorn and I think I protect to scout and see if he has the... Oh. Well, I don't get to do that because he forfeits. Alright, well, okay, moving on. We got a Klefki this time, and like the last Klefki we faced, gonna trap it with Magnezone. Because, you know, that's what it does. And we're gonna have to wait 10,000 years for this Klefki to die again. Same as last time. Alright, so, how was your guys' day? Gonna ask this again, because, you know, maybe today was different. Just, I mean, I didn't do anything, again, because I'm responsible. Actually, I edited this. Never mind. Oh, okay. Anyway, he goes into Swampert, and I'm like, well, I thought it was going to set up rocks because that's what Swampert does, but apparently not his. He goes for Hammer Arm, which is a thing. So I just set up my rocks because I'm expecting him to switch right away. And, you know, rocks are great. He stays in. I think he hammer armed again. And then this time he goes for earthquake because I don't think he wants that iron barbs damage anymore. He totally just like, he's wasting his screens here because he's sent in a Swampert. And he kept it in for whatever reason. I think I went for Leech Seed this turn. Wait, actually, no, wait. I think I had Leech Seed on him. Oh, I Leech Seeded the turn before, and then I double Leech Seeded because I expected him to switch out. That's what happened, I think. And he did, but unfortunately it was into a Ferrothorn. And I go back into Magnezone to trap this. I honestly thought he would switch because he knew I had a Magnezone, but for some reason he didn't. And I'm able to trap and kill another one of his steel types. And I should be able to get rid of hazards for good because this Ferrothorn is carrying both rocks and spikes. So once I get rid of that, I can just spin him away and be done with hazards for the rest of the game. I switch back into Ferrothorn because he goes into Swampert again. And we're just going to do the same thing because I say because too much, I'm sorry. But he reveals the Roar, actually, so he's running a hazard stack team, it seems. And that's annoying because that means I can't, like, directly switch into Tentacruel because he's probably just going to roar me around everywhere. So I actually stay in with Magnezone and Flash Cannon because I'm expecting him to roar. And I'm like, well, if he doesn't roar and just kills me, then I can go into Tentacruel and spin away the hazards. Because I don't think Magnezone is going to be useful anymore because I already trapped and killed 2 steel types. So I assume that he's probably not going to be needed anymore. So I go into Tentacruel to get rid of these annoying ass hazards. And I know I'm going to take a shitload of damage from Earthquake, but I feel like getting rid of the hazards is going to be more valuable. But he actually roars, which is really weird because obviously I'm going to spin. But whatever. We get sent back into the perfect Pokemon for this. And he actually switches out into Superior, which is a little spooky. But I decided to just stay in because I'm like, well, I'm pretty sure he's just going to Leaf Storm and I can just, you know, hit him up with some Gyro Balls. And do a lovely chunk of damage. Because what I want is, like, damage on this so that I can finish it off with Quick Attack or Extreme Speed. I protect to see. Well, I protected because I wanted some leftovers recovery, but he reveals Giga Drain, which means that he doesn't have Hidden Power Fire. So I'm like, oh, okay, well then I can just deal with this then with Ferrothorn. So that's what I do. Kill it with Gyro Ball. Ferrothorn is putting in all of the work. He goes into Talonflame, and I'm like, are you aware that Talonflame is trash now? Apparently not, because he Swords Dances on my face, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna keep attacking you, because I'm sacking this. But he keeps Swords Dancing and roosting on me, and I'm like, okay, you really don't seem to know that Talonflame is broken now. I just keep, you know, gyro balling until, I decide, well, I realize I'm running low on gyro balls a bit, and I figure if I get a Leech Seed on it, then he's never gonna be at full health, which means I don't have to worry about, Priority Brave Bird. But this time I actually switch out because I was sacking Tentacruel because I actually decided that I wanted to save Ferrothorn for the Swampert. So I sack Tentacruel and go into Azumarill to finish him off with an Aqua Jet. And watch his reaction to him not going first. And he actually surprisingly doesn't forfeit after that. I honestly was expecting a rage quit after that. Back to the dedicated check. The fucking MVP of the match. And we're just gonna stall. Because it's what Ferrothorn does best. It's probably gonna be a while again. I don't know what to say. Sorry I'm boring. Probably should have sped this up. But, you know, I forgot. Remember, I'm a professional. Oh wait, okay, so I switched into a Azumarill. Oh yeah, I think it's cause I was like, this is gonna take too long and I have a leech seed on him, so might as well go into a Azumarill and, well, cause he's getting low on health. So I'm like, I should be able to like, you know, deal with this. So I go for knockoff, cause, you know, knockoff's the best move. He waterfalls for whatever reason, I really don't know why. Yeah, I have no idea why he waterfalled. Did he think he was faster? And he was trying to flinch me, I guess. But anyway, he reveals his last, which is Blissey. And why didn't he use that before on Magnezone? I don't know. Anyway, I mean, I could have, like, killed it, but I wasn't sure if he was going to actually try to stall, so I went into Ferrothorn. And it doesn't look like he's gonna try and stall, but I just set up a leech seed anyway, because I'm like, I don't know, I think I'm playing with him at this point. So, because I go into Diggersby just for fun. Because I didn't think leech seed would kill, and I wanted to, like, finish the game with Diggersby. But it does kill, and we win the game. Okay, so we get matched up with this guy again. And I'm like, okay, easy peasy. Seen this before. I go into Magnezone again, and he actually reveals that he has switched up his team. He has a Volcarona now. I'm assuming he replaced Talonflame with that. And I just Volt Switch into, did I go into Dragonite? Yeah, I went into Dragonite. Do I Dragon Dance? Maybe. No, okay, I just go for Dragon Claw. Because I want to get damage on it. And he goes into a Azumarill, which is also new. And I make a big mistake here, and I switch into Ferrothorn. I mean, this isn't necessarily a mistake, it's just, like, yeah, see, he belly drummed, which is horrible. And I was hoping he didn't have superpower, but unfortunately he does, and he proceeds to butt-fuck my team a little bit. See, I guess I should have stayed in with Dragonite because I would have been able to take anything because of multi-scale, but I was trying to save it for later. You know, set up like late game. So I go into Tentacruel because, I mean, it's like my best thing for this since he has superpower. And Tentacruel Oh my god. Yeah, Tentacruel deals with it, but takes a lot of damage in the process, and my team is severely fucked uh really early on, which is terrible. Um yeah, he kills my Tentacruel, and I go into Diggersby to finish it off with Quick Attack. And yeah, that went really badly for me. Uh, what? Bellydrum. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Bellydrum Azumarill is really uncommon nowadays, especially like not as a lead, I feel. But okay, so he reveals that he does while he kept Superior, unfortunately for me. Um and he fucks my team a little bit more because, you know, there's a gaping hole in it now that Azumarill had its way with me. So I Magnezone dies, but he got enough damage on this to where Diggersby can come in and finish it off. And he goes into Klefki, and I'm like, why? Because I just go for Earthquake. He actually, I mean, honestly, I was like half expecting it to kill, even with the Reflect, because I mean, I knew he would go for it. I go for knockoff because I'm expecting, well, okay, for one thing, I thought it would kill, honestly, and another thing, I was expecting him to just go for the light screen as well, but he goes for foul play, and fucks my Diggersby also, because he gets enough damage on me to where my Life Orb recoil knocks me out next turn. I knock him out as well, but it's a bad exchange. I go into Azumarill because I feel like it's my best pick, and he reveals that he has added a Magnezone to his team. And I'm like, okay, well, I mean, I should be able to take a hit and do something, because I don't want to switch directly into Dragonite. But he kills me, and I'm like, oh, this thing is specs. But I go into Dragonite expecting to be able to, well, because I'm like, well, I got multi-scale and stuff, so I should be able to set up on this. But he does so much damage. Sorry, my throat's a little dry. But he does so much damage. Oh, I could have Dragon Danced again, but I thought I thought the second Thunderbolt would kill me, but it doesn't, and I get fucked. Like, this guy just had his way with me on our rematch, dude. It was fucked up. Kind of embarrassing, honestly. Because he was so bad in round one, but it's like, he was, I don't know, I think it's just because his team was better the second time. It was really offensive, and I was playing like I knew his team. It was mainly the Azumarill that got me, the Bellydrum Azumarill. That really fucked me over. So anyway, I'm gonna assume it's a girl because the name is Daniela. So she starts with Weavile, and that's a great matchup for me. I go for knockoff right away because I'm like, there's no way she's staying in, and if she does, she's going for poison jab. So which isn't gonna kill me, and I have a Ferrothorn. So if he's got poison jab, he's not gonna be able to do much to Ferrothorn. And he switches into a Scissor, which gets fucked. And I switch directly into Magnezone to finish it off, in case he wanted to switch. And I make the mistake of going for Hidden Power, even though he was low on health, because I could have finished it off with, honestly, probably Volt Switch, which would have been better. And he actually goes into his own Magnezone, which traps me, presumably. Honestly, I don't know. It may not have been trapping me. If it wasn't, I feel stupid. But I go first because my Magnezone is faster. Because it's got really good speed. But I don't kill him, but he does kill me, which is sad. And I go into Diggersby, and I know he's going to switch out, so I go for knockoff. I'm getting behind again, and it's like distracting. I thought about it for a little bit. I thought about frustration, but I decided against it and go into Ferrothorn to take a sleep powder or a leech seed. I think I forgot that he had Magnezone, because I just went for Stealth Rock, and he comes in and he just fucks me, you know? Just, I'm just gonna stop right there. So I go into Diggersby again, and this time I have frustration, because I know Tangrowth's coming in, and I actually put it into 2-hit KO range, presumably. And we do kill it, which is fantastic, actually, because the team is working, you know, punching holes. And then he reveals the Sableye, and the Sableye is the worst thing to ever have happened. So I switch into Tentacruel because that's the only thing I feel comfortable with getting burnt, because it's the only non-physical attacker. I go for knockoff because I want to get rid of the item, and he goes into Snorlax, and I'm like, oh Jesus, this thing might be a problem. Well, it can be a problem if I let it get out of hand. I switch directly into Diggersby because I assume he's just gonna start stacking. And I figure Diggersby's not my God, Diggersby is not gonna kill it in one hit. However, actually, okay, so I went for Earthquake because I figured he'd probably switch directly into Sableye because that would have been like a good play, honestly. So I went for Earthquake, but he doesn't, and I'm like, oh man. So, he kills Diggersby, which I expected, honestly. Like, I sent it in expecting it would probably die. So I go into Azumarill to finish it off, and he switches out into Magnezone. I guess he was sacking it. And he goes into Sableye again, and I'm like, God damn it. So I go back into Tentacruel, because it's already burnt. Oh yeah, I sped this up because this part is really annoying. So I switch into Tentacruel on the Will-O-Wisp, and then I switch back out into Azumarill. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to make him think. Okay, I'm trying to make him not Will-O-Wisp on the turn that I stay in with Azumarill or Dragonite. I think Azumarill is what I was trying to get in. So I'm trying to like trick him into not Will-O-Wisping on my Azumarill. But he revealed Confuse Ray, which pisses me off to no end. Don't ever use Confuse Ray Sableye because I will murder you in your sleep. But yeah, so I don't think my plan, I think my plan kind of worked at one point. Oh, okay, so he sends in Snorlax for some reason. I think he was like just hoping to abuse the confusion. But he sent it in, like, at a time, like, he sent it at, like, a bad time. Like, I think there had already been, like, a turn or two of confusion. So I was able to kill Snorlax, which was a big problem. I was really worried about that Snorlax. Oh, wait. Another reason that I was switching around a lot is because I was expecting him to, at one point, switch in Snorlax on my Tentacruel. So that was another reason I kept switching around, because I was trying to catch the Snorlax also, which I think that did end up happening when he switched the Snorlax, and he just switched in at a bad time. So I let my Tentacruel die, and I just get, well, at least I got the knockoff on it, which was really good. And I just go into Dragonite, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna try and, like, because I have Dragon Dance, so it's, like, my best option to, um, combat this. And so we get, you know, we have this, like, super annoying, retarded battle but really it's a battle between me and Confusion at this point. Which, by the way, they said that they updated they like updated Confusion mechanics so that it should only work you should only hit yourself 33% of the time. But ever since that update, I swear I've been hitting myself way more often than before. So I'm pretty sure that's broken now. Anyway, I managed to get some damage on this before I die, which is great. And I go into my Azumarill and lock myself into Aqua Jet because it's my best chance at winning, and I just have to pray that she misses the Wisp. And she does, and I'm like, thank fucking Satan. And then she rage quits like a little bitch, even though I hit myself like 10,000 times in a row. Some goddamn justice right there. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.